I'm I'm gonna really look at I'm gonna really look at a lot of people on these YouTube streets real different as of tonight. It's amazing how many brothers will be the catalyst of their own destruction and allow women to blatantly disrespect us. Oh, you probably abuse women. No, I don't. You probably. Here's the crazy part. Not one woman who ever got on my panel with me one on one didn't like the experience. Number two, I'm looking funny at you, Mary, but I'm especially looking funny at you, Chaos. When Mary tried to say that bullshit about helping black men, I would look down upon a black boy who's not mine. Y'all some bitch ass niggas for that shit. In Baltimore, we just gonna call it what it is. Y'all some bitch ass niggas for that. When motherfuckers know my background of helping young men and still doing it to this day, I didn't outsource my fucking shit when I got my first contract. I looked to the people closest to me. I already know my first few contracts, I'm probably gonna take a loss. It is what it is. I go over there to AMIRI's channel, and it's supposed to be a goddamn smoke show, right? A goddamn smoke show. Not only do you pull me down off the chat so many times, you allow these bitches to say what the fuck they want uninhibited, but once I get back, you pull me back up. And I lay into them bitches. Oh, now you're saying I'm being rude. I'm being this. See, this is the reason why cowards need not to speak. Well, black women are having their kids taken away from CPS. Let me tell you something from experience of CPS. CPS doesn't do shit. The children they need to help, they never pick them out of their fucking poverty. There's plenty of times I've been there with CPS, and all CPS is going to do, well, we're just going to leave the child here for now, because a lot of them chicks are lazy. As soon as you don't like and you don't agree with something a black woman says, oh, you're abusive. Ask any of the women I've dated if I'm abusive. Every woman I met finds me rather charming, actually. But last time I checked, the same guy who sells drugs that a lot of you date, the same guy that puts you through hell and hot water, guess what you do? You don't say shit about it. It's only abuse if it's coming from a nigga you don't like or respect. Let me ask you this. When I have a one-on-one debate with somebody, when the fuck do I pull them down? I let any and everybody get their piece off, and then I let you walk yourself to the fire. But black women are getting their kids taken away. Why are they getting their kids taken away? Because black women tend to be abusive as fucking hell with their children. A lot of them do neglect their children. Is it every? No. But there's a good amount who do. You know why? Because we don't have children out of fucking love. When the little motherfucker ain't cute anymore and it costs more to buy him clothes and shoes and to feed him, you're ready to get rid of the little motherfucker. And the only reason you keep the daughters around is because, like BGS said, when she gets pregnant, she's going to bring some fucking food stamps and milk into the goddamn house. But you talking to a brother who sat brothers down and within an hour, he got full custody of his goddamn daughter. You're talking to a brother who actually had to house a young black man in high school because his mother abused him. But yet, I'm looking at it when AMIRI tried to challenge my character. You wouldn't even feed none of these kids. AMIRI, shut the fuck up. When I told AMIRI, you will never come to my channel because I would not have a panel full of people. It would just be you and I. You already know you're disingenuous. You already know black women get a lot of fucking benefits black men do not. And that's just in the raising of children alone. If black women really cared about their kids, they will pick better fathers. Or if the relationship didn't work out, give the children to their fathers. Because if they really want to go by year on year statistics, black women do not do a good job of raising kids in the overall scheme of things, especially their boys. I've seen it. You'll push your girls to educate, but as soon as your boy feels a little sad or a little depressed, instead of getting them help and motivating them to get back on the horse and get through school, you're going to just placate him. You're just going to comfort him, make him soft, let him stay in the house till he's 40. But this is the reason why cowards don't need to try it. You say you got a smoke session, but when somebody brings smoke, you don't like it. Then these bitches gonna tell me about child abuse and child neglect. Well, that's civil. When the fuck is abuse ever fucking civil? Child support is civil. You dumb ass. Child abuse and child neglect are crimes. This is what happens when you get a bunch of dumbass, so-called educated bitches on a stream who don't know what the fuck they talking about, AMIRI. You couldn't even get it one-on-one. You brought me down so many damn times, and then you allow a bitch to say, well, my brother works in the FBI in Maryland. If he heard you talking to me, it'd be some stuff. I said, okay, bring your brother. Fuck you gonna do to me? I'm not afraid of any goddamn paper pushing nigga. I said, if my sister heard you talking to me, you'd be on your ass. Old ratchet ass bitch. I don't get it. These niggas say they want smoke. These niggas say they want fire. But they the first people to be afraid to even take the challenge. I came to your shit. When you gonna come to mine, AMIRI? And I proved what the fuck I knew was gonna happen. You were gonna pull me down. You were gonna use some bullshit tactics. Oh, my brother, if he heard you talking to me. Bitch, don't threaten me with a good time. Please don't. Please don't. I'm a Faulkner. We love the fight. We love the fight. See, when you surround yourself around bitches like Cynthia G who talk about aborting black babies, but yet you want to bring up some phony ass report about black women unceremoniously getting their kids taken, is because they don't take care of the motherfuckers. Black women prioritize their hair more than their fucking kids. It's a known fucking fact. Does that mean every black woman? No. But here it is, right? When a black woman's ordered to pay child support, does she pay it? No. How the hell you want to have a debate with me, but you're going to bring one lousy fucking report compared to my years of actual factual experience that it takes an act of God to take a child away from a fucking black mother? And the state will do what? Make her go to classes and give the children right back to her abusive ass. House can look like fucking pure hell, And guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? Them children are going to usually end up dead. Anytime a black man wins custody, you hear about, when do you hear about black men running their cars off of cliffs because they didn't get custody with their kids? Hell, there's even an old fucking joke that said the most dangerous place for a black child is a black womb. But like I said, cowards need not answer. I swear to God, you don't want to check a bitch. Well, you're going to be the bitch. I don't even want to mention your bitch ass till you come over here. And I'm looking at you real fucked up, real suspect, Chaos. But then again, you're trying to fucking build up your channel, so you're going to get with the fucking biggest pony in town or the quickest growing. That's some real suspect shit, my nigga. And before I said it here, I told you first. You doing some real suspect shit, hanging around some nigga who really saying some real fucked up shit. And I get a bitch trying to tell, I'm gonna get my brother. Go get that motherfucker. The fuck he gonna do? And when I fucking knock his teeth through his fucking throat, I hope you enjoy my sister stomping you out like polio. But once again, we don't like to talk about the abuse mama put you through in the black community. We don't say shit about it. Mama could do all kinds of fucked up shit. You'll go out of your way to buy Mother's Day gifts for a person who used to beat you naked. Oh, you must hate your mother. I don't. If there were stories I could tell you about a lot of people, even calls I had, you wouldn't even believe me, man. You would not believe me. But yet, we're abusive. We don't give a damn about the kids, right? Nobody wants to answer. Nobody gives a fuck about kids, except black men in our community. Boy, I know that because there's no females dependent females that come on to him like he's something fucking crazy. That's why. Females have more for me than him. You want to beat somebody, you don't pull them off the screen. You should be one so fucking hard. And that article's going to beat 50 years. Probably put their kid in the house. I guarantee you. Boy, make it out this fucking community. It's a fucking miracle. But we don't like to talk bad about mama. First bullshit I'm gonna hear. You probably hate your mama. We disagree, but I don't hate her. But the way you talk to men, you obviously hate your daddy. If you could find a nigga. This is the reason why you have this motley crew fucking content out here. It's straight bullshit. It's straight bullshit. Just like I told that wench, I said I get what it is. When a black man has a critique of a black woman, it does not count. You don't like it, so now you want to get defensive. You called me violent, but you said you're going to get your brother to beat me up. I said, do me a favor. Go get your brother. Go get him. Why you want to be violent now? No. You brought violence to me. I'm just ending the motherfucker. I bet you when I'm done, your brother will beat your ass for bringing him up there. But notice, none of them filthy bitches can ever be checked. I'm going to tell you another big secret. AMIRI, the more you post a video, a live stream, and anything, young black men are going to view it, and they're going to be staunchly diametrically opposed to even looking a black woman's way. Thank you. I'm one of those idiots who got a stringent of hope for black women. Thank you for being one of those idiots to wipe it all away. You're doing God's work, my dude. You're doing God's work, man. You're going to make, if I show that to young black men, they will stay away from girls in their community and go elsewhere. Thank you for that, man. Thank you for all that shit. Hey, what's up, Lewis?
What's up, brother Charles? How you doing?
I'm all right. It's
Oh,
amazing.
yo,
It's amazing
did you
how.
get that? Sorry.
Oh yeah, I got it. I appreciate you for that, man. I forgot to thank you.
Yeah, I
Appreciate
wanted to make sure because a lot of times when I send, like, sometimes it be glitching and stuff. So I just wanted to make sure.
you. I went over there looking for smoke, and all I found was a puff, the Magic Dragon.
Well, I took a snoop in the clouds over there, and they talking a bunch of nonsensical bullshit. Now they on some esoteric level stuff about melanin and iPhones and now sex ed.
See, this is what happens when you're dealing with Sodom and Gomorrah. You're dealing with the fucking bullshitters, man. Now, one person over there can give you a fucking intelligent statement to debunk anything I said. Just because you're a police officer, you don't know what's going on. Actually, I do. I wish I didn't know what was going on.
Well, you said something a minute ago. Let them keep doing what they're doing because they're gonna do the work for us more than we could ever do.
Of course. That's why you love every second of this shit. You never stop an idiot from making a mistake, man. Sometimes you be like, yo, Mary, don't cross the streets. Never mind. It's a Mary. I just don't know about these bitch made niggas, man. And when you try to debate and you bringing people up and you're pulling them down, I said, here's the reason why it's cowardly. You're really going to challenge me on something I've seen on a day to day basis. CPS does not help children. There's so many girls and boys who are adults now who told me CPS didn't help me. They brought me back to my abuser. The fuck?
Well, I've seen a lot of that firsthand growing up in Newark. With here it's called Dyfus in New Jersey, and where a lot of kids were abused, and the only time something really of actual reform was I forgot um, um, it was in New York City where that that girl was killed and everybody got paranoid and they tried to do some reform, but still to this day, I work in a supermarket and on first of the month I see firsthand how neglected a lot of these kids are, and it is solely disgraceful and a shame. Like people need to stay in their own lane and talk about what they know, or have people with credentials to talk on those issues.
Just like I try to tell him, Lewis, before anybody comes out there, CPS, a lawyer, a judge, a prosecutor, a defense attorney, anybody, a cop determines abuse. Many of these times, kids will call and say, my parents are beating me. And there's no, and you'll be like, okay, corporal punishment with your hand is legal. Why did they beat you? Did they come home drunk? No, I was posing with my bras and panties on Facebook and I'm 13 years old. If you ever call the police again, I'll help your daddy beat your ass. But here's another thing. You had a bitch go on there and say, well, you know, I don't know why you need the police for child abuse or child neglect, which is civil. I said, it's criminal, you dumb bitch. When has any type of abuse or neglect ever been civil? You don't get monetary gains from child abuse unless you're at the Vatican or one of the Catholic 3. It's criminal, you dumb fuck. And see, this is the point.
She was
Uh,
trying to tell you, a cop, that it was civil.
yeah. See, this, and it was funny. And my Padawan, when I dropped him off to work, he said, "You can't make this shit up." I said, he's like, Coach, I thought you used to hate when I first met you. I thought you hate black women. And he says, now I know you. You're just strongly disappointed by them. My,
Exactly.
my mom is not a perfect woman, but at least she's dependable. At least she's raising children. Would never take a child on the street and not feed them. And I'm just saying, I'm not gonna get my mother. At least. And here's the crazy part. And I said this before on my channel, and I said it on yours and plenty others, Bay. We don't respect the experts in our fucking space, do we?
No. And I spoke about that. I said, back in the 90s, 80s, 90s, it was a lot of degreed people that used to speak, that used to have lectures and everything.
For free.
You know, yeah, doctor. It was a lot of people that were doctors.
There was a lot of pro
Yeah.
black doctors in the 90s when I was in middle school to high school, and
Mm-hmm.
we went for free. I was at the Million Man March. We marched. It was more than a million. And it was a school trip actually. And I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna challenge a guy who did this shit day in and day out and can tell you what constitutes child abuse and the levels of it. We're doomed. We're doomed. But go ahead, fellas. I'm gonna use the restroom for a minute. Go ahead, kick it off.
Well, you spoke on it earlier. You were saying that a lot of these children are unwanted. And that's true because 99.9% of the people on this planet are oops babies. And if you don't believe that you were an oops baby, all you gotta do is just sit down and just just talk to your mom. Be like, hey, so when you and my dad got together, like, how did y'all meet? And then you just let her tell the story, and what happened when you found out that you was pregnant with me? You'll never hear her say, well, we was trying to have a baby, and then finally we got pregnant with you. That'll never come out of your mama's mouth unless she's lying. Because you can, if you know who you're, I mean, I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but if you can talk to your dad, if you know who he is, if you're able to get in contact with him, if he's still alive, all right, he'll tell you the real truth, the real story. 9 times out of 10, you'll get the real truth from your father or your grandparents, or maybe a relative, like an aunt or an uncle or something like that. They'll tell you the truth. Like, yeah, like shit, in so many words, they'll tell you were an oops baby.
Hey,
No
Ben,
love, no reason. But continue.
I see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but go ahead.
I'm a store manager at a supermarket, and on first of the month, you will see all these women decked out from top to bottom. Kids are snot nose, hair not done, wrinkled up clothes, but they have all the newest stuff on with their EBT. They spend all their money on crab clusters or whatever they they organic dildo of the month with them, and then you will see them at the end of the month scrounging around for canned goods and ramen noodles to feed the kids, but they splurged on high priced seafood, and the kids are still dirty. But they got brand new set of hair on hair on their head, brand new raptor nails, painted, decked out top to bottom. But the kids are dirty.
Oh yeah, that happens. You know what? Look, I'm always in my neighborhood Kroger's and Walmart. I'd say at least about 3-4 times a week because I'm stupid like that. But I see it all the time. I see, just like you see it all the time, I see it all the time too. You ain't telling no lies. You ain't telling no lies.
But
I
you know,
had a neighbor. I had a neighbor. She had two girls, two teenage girls. One was fat and the other one was slim. They were both light skinned. Okay, they were both light skinned, but the fat girl was very, she was very ornery and mean. All right, because but the other daughter, the youngest daughter, she was the slim one. I guess you could say she was the cute one, and the mother treated her like a princess. And it all boiled down to both of the girls' fathers. Do you understand? How the mother felt about each girl's father is how she treated her daughters.
Yeah, and you know what's funny also? Because where I'm at, New York, the area is getting very diverse. You will see different Spanish demographic couples coming in, and a lot of them are on fixed income too. You will see them loading up on meat, protein, vegetables, everything. You see a bunch of Asians and whites come in, same thing. You will see working class blacks come in, same thing. But typical EBT or I call them stimulus package kids, because you know they're getting all that money off of child support or whatever. The carriage is full of chips, cookies, useless carbs, and they wonder why the kids are obese and they're gonna have diabetes and hypertension before they, before they're adults. So I mean, it's just sad. Just we're doomed, honestly, doomed.
I'm sorry, I'm sitting up here watching this post game celebration where one of the Browns players took a Steelers guitar and banged it on a. Never mind. Um, so, but getting back to the whole child issue, I feel really, really bad for a lot of these kids because here you have these women. If they're not trying to trap you with a baby, then they're just having reckless sex. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you right now, with the way things are going down, where they're looking at instituting mandatory DNA tests. All right, they're looking at mandatory DNA tests. They've already did away with abortion. I guarantee you, they're going to change the welfare system, and they're going to change the custody laws. All of that stuff is all coming under review. It's all going to be changed over within the next 5 years. I mean, this is a concentrated effort, simply because the money involved is too loosey goosey, if that makes any sense. It's time for some checks and balances, some accountability and responsibility. And if they have to force it on you, then that is exactly what they're going to do. And that is exactly what they're doing. So, my point in saying this is that if you, as a woman, if you do not want to take accountability for your actions, the government is going to make you take accountability for your actions. You're going to be financially responsible for your own seed. They're not going to be taxing the hell out of these men like they're doing now. All of that stuff is getting ready to change. People don't see it coming. They don't see the train coming down the tracks. They think that bright light coming through the tunnel is them going to Valhalla. Like, no, your ass is about to get ran over. Like, you don't hear that horn?
Well, I'm in Jersey, and it's still liberal state, and they still have the AB here. But what I'm noticing, and especially in the past 2 years, and I think it's the KS effect, I'm seeing more and more males becoming more aware and valuing their agency. And I was in Toya's room earlier, but my phone had went dead, and I wanted to ask BGS this, and I'm going to answer it here. I think more and more men are becoming more aware of their agency. And what I think is going to happen, there's no way you're really going to change the laws right now. Like they got this on lock, stock, and barrel. But I think what I'm seeing personally, and I talk to a lot of males
in my store, a lot of them, everybody's becoming withdrawn, and I think they see what's going on, especially a lot of these young males, because they experienced it. Because a lot of them, I speak to them, their mother wasn't shit, their father wasn't shit, and and a lot of them are determined not to fall into the trap. And I think overall, a lot of people are going to withdraw, and the system is either going to, especially, I work in the supermarket, like I said, and some of the stuff that I see coming, and I've been privy to information. I'm going to do a video on it once I get my stuff together. I'm hoping Black Ram, once he heal up, we're supposed to be doing something together. But with the economy and the food, but people going to withdraw. Either when this system crashes, either people going to feel the pain and trauma, and they either going to come to the table, or this system is going to totally crash, and a new system is going to be built up. Because what a lot of people, I think they know subconsciously or consciously, they know what's coming, and a lot of men are becoming aware, and they becoming aware of this, and they're not going to, like, for the most part, all of us is going to feel the pain, but a lot of us came to a realization, I'm not going to suffer that much, and they're going to be on their own.
Well, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. It won't be us, the citizens, that's going to change these laws. This is going to be a government thing. Because once the government starts stepping in your business, the one thing, like, okay, like, take the abortion situation right now. The government said, no, we're no longer going to be funding this stuff. From now on, we're going to go by the law of the land. If you want to be, but then again, wait, let me back that up. Let me walk that back. This whole abortion thing, really, the bottom line of it is that there are a lot of white births that are not happening. White births have declined dramatically across the globe. All right, our birth rates have, of course, they've shrunk, but not like theirs. Theirs is like record number declines. All right. And if you're familiar with the browning of America, which they say come around 2050, that white people will not be the majority in this country. So how do you fight against that when your birth
Yep.
rates are having record declines? How do you fight against that? You need people to be reckless with their sexual organs, which they already are. Like I said, 99.9% of the births on this planet are oops babies. But if they make you personally responsible for your own personal kids, then it is what it is. Like, hey, the child support order, because we have so many men who are losing out, being taxed beyond belief. I mean, I think it's stupid that, in all honesty, you have a debtor's prison
Yeah.
for child support.
Supposed to
For the
have a prison in America, but you
Yeah,
have.
you say what now?
You're not supposed to have a debtor's prison in America.
Exactly, but child support is when if you don't pay it, then what do you got? A debtor's prison.
Yeah, and
Tax
I'm
evasion, it's a debtor's prison.
yeah, and I'm looking at it like when I try to explain this shit to idiots like AMIRI, yo, there's a reason why these bitches are getting their fucking kids taken. But didn't you say it take an act of God? Yeah, the God acted.
It doesn't take an act of God. All it takes is a competent judge,
It takes a
a
competent
competent
judge.
judge or a good lawyer.
It takes a competent judge or a fucking good CPS worker to take kids away from them. But
Yeah,
most CPS workers are shitty. They're shitty. They don't want to come out. When you call them for suspected child abuse, they don't want to come out. A lot of them hate their fucking life. They're miserable as fuck.
They don't get paid that much.
But yet they want to blame you. And you're like, wait a minute. I'm doing my fucking job. What the fuck you talking about?
I know one CPS worker. She says she has almost 200 cases that she has to go through, and they don't pay that well here in Jersey. and she working a second job, and she was telling me like one, they understaffed. It's a thankless job,
Yeah.
and and this is something like, I speak to, like, I'm in Newark, New Jersey, and is like I think a lot of them suffer from burnout also, because you got to realize also some of the most traumatic, heinous shit they probably witness happen to a lot of these kids, and they become jaded, so they
Yeah,
care.
you're 100% right. Because when I worked in a women's crisis center. I went for 6 years, and I'm gonna tell you, come about year 2, I was like, man, I don't give a fuck about y'all because I've told this story before. A chick will show up on a Thursday, a Wednesday or a Thursday or a Friday, all beat to hell. Okay, boyfriend locked up, husband locked up. Usually it's a boyfriend, and then by the time he get out, or that is if he got arrested, and give it a couple of days, this motherfucker outside blowing the horn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she'll take the kids, and her stuff, whatever she came with, and she's out the door, gone. And maybe we'll see her in a month or two. Same old situation, lather, rinse, repeat. So it got to the point where it was like, you know what? I wound up developing the phrase S&M, you're doing it wrong.
A
Like,
better
you're doing it wrong, honey.
when you first worked there, was a lot of that stuff home?
When I first worked there, did I bring a lot of it home? You mean mentally?
Yes.
Well, yeah, shoot. I used to sit up and talk with my girlfriend about it.
So I'll tell you one thing. I never brought any of this shit home. Very rarely. And
Well, you're a trained professional. I was not.
I was also a trained not giving a fuck person too.
Oh, well.
Like, I'll help anybody who really want my help genuinely. But if you're a bullshitter, fuck you.
Yeah, I wound up becoming that. I wound up getting I wound up having a newfound appreciation for Dr. Claude Anderson.
For not giving a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, when I realized when I heard the story, I was watching the
I'm gonna
tape
tell
where he
you,
was
man.
talking
I
about what
have
happened in
newfound
Detroit.
appreciation of not giving a fuck about shit.
Yeah, when he talked about what happened in Detroit, I was like, I get it now. I get it now. That's why that whole situation, like with these water crises and everything, I'm like, y'all already know what to do. Why don't y'all just do it?
A bitter. Are you still working in the conscious circuit? Like, do you still be holding lectures and everything?
Hell no.
Oh,
The conscious man, look, black consciousness has been murdered. It's been murdered. It is now it is now black female wokeness. That's what happened to the conscious community. It got destroyed. The women have wound up, they bastardized it into white lesbian feminist ideology. I mean, this movie right here that just came out, this Woman King shit. All right, that's what black consciousness wound up becoming, where you have black women, and I even have a cousin who calls herself conscious, sit up here calling herself trying to shame and guilt me for talking bad about it. And I'm like, and I wanted to be like, bitch, do you hear yourself?
no, because
Like, what
my bad.
would a Jew go see a movie about a Nazi? I'm sorry, this video ain't monetized anyway. But would a Jew go see a movie about a Nazi hero?
No, not at all.
Okay, so why in the fuck would we as black people go see a movie about an enslaver being portrayed as a hero? And if you notice, like, because Dr. C. Hassan Johnson broke the movie down, and he was saying that they were seen as heroes. They portrayed them as heroes because they saved black women from rapist black men. So therefore, pretty much what they were trying to say, the narrative was that the slavery was justified because of what happened to these women that were being raped early in the movie. So therefore, just like the movie. Have you ever seen the movie Monster?
No.
It stars Charlize Theron, and I believe the one girl, I don't know if she's dead. It wasn't Brittany Murphy. It was some other chick, but yeah, like early in the movie, like they showed her growing up as a kid. She was like sexually abused, and by like boys and everything, her own age and everything. She was just a little tramp. So I mean, but this is based on a true story. This was a real woman who did this. So when she was growing up and everything, she became a prostitute. And she all of a sudden, because supposedly she got attacked by a John one night and she killed him. So then she just started killing Johns left and right. Okay, before they caught her and threw her in jail. And that movie, if they played it today, they would say it was a strong feminist, female empowerment film. That's how they would portray it today, when really you were dealing with somebody who needed intense psychotherapy.
Oh,
Am I
wow.
making? Yeah. So the narrative, they would flip the narrative today as opposed to what the real narrative is supposed to be about. That's what they did with this movie here. They flipped the narrative. And it kills me that you have so many black people, particularly our so-called sisters, who bought into the narrative. I think this is what, like when me and we were having this talk, and I was saying, hey, feminism and benefits, social benefits, welfare, they have helped turn the sisters against us. This is not, it's not a secret. We should know this. History is history. All you have to do is study it. All right. Even Judge Joe Brown was talking about this when he was talking about the Cynthia G, Dr. Umar debate, or should I say debacle, because
Well,
there was really no debate.
a bitter.
Yes.
You want to know one thing though about that Cynthia G thing on Fox Soul, which I ain't hear nobody talk about. How is
What?
um what was the trans woman name? Hope Giselle.
Yeah.
No one ain't mentioned that Hope Giselle looks more like a woman and Cynthia G looks more like a tranny. And I ain't hear no one mention that. They talking about Umar Johnson mistaking Hope as a female. I already know Fox, so I stopped watching them when they did that thing with Ice Cube. But on that show, Cynthia G looks more like a trans, and Hope looks more like an organic woman.
All right. See, I don't really want to get into that. That's, you know, that's opinion, but the whole thing is with that whole situation, uh, in all honesty, Fox owes Dr. Umar Johnson an apology, but they were setting him up from the get-go. They set him up. They set him up because they didn't tell him that Hope was a unisex child clothing person. They didn't tell him that she was, into unisex children's clothes. They didn't tell him that.
And Hope Giselle made a rebuttal video.
I
Uh,
saw it where she was like, "Oh, you was attracted to me," and blah blah. Like,
yeah,
no, bitch, he wasn't attracted to you. That's just how Dr. Umar Johnson talks to women. Period. Even though he know you a piece of shit, he will still give you that blue pill, uh, over syrupy fucking who's the guy, the lion dude, the Derek Jackson sweet talk. He'll still talk to you like that. And if you ask me, he uses it as a disarming tactic, but it doesn't work when you're dealing with man haters, with black man haters. with misandrous. That shit don't work on them because they see right through you. That's just like when a black woman, you know that she wants something from you. She trying to get something out of you, and now she's running around calling you a king and kissing your ass and all of this shit. Because I had a ex-girlfriend, she called herself trying to do that to me. She came back into my life and she was trying to call me king this and king that. And I said, yo, stop calling me that. Like, I don't have a kingdom. Like, I have no subjects. I don't have a castle with a moat. And the shit makes me uncomfortable because it just, I know you call yourself trying to compliment me, but no, you full of shit with your compliments. So stop. And sure enough, she was trying to get some shit out of me, which was she was trying to get me to be her man, which wasn't gonna happen. Oh my God.
Yeah, she even admitted that she purposely withheld it, like information on a show.
Yeah, see,
She,
and that's deception.
yeah,
That's
because
deception.
That's that evil shit that a lot of women don't want to talk about. They knew, but you want to try to be like, oh, you like this fine black ass. But then, if you approach the guy and you didn't let him know, especially when drinking, and he beats your ass when he finds out, you put yourself in that type of danger.
Exactly. This, you know what? You touched on something that I've been screaming for years. And I'm like, the reason why y'all get killed and your ass beat out here is because you be out here trying to trick men. You be trying to trick men sexually. He done rubbed up on you, squeezing your ass, kissing all on you, squeezing on your fake titties. You done probably gave him some head, and then all of a sudden, the tallywhacker come out, and now your ass is somewhere fucking dead or
Yeah,
beat to shit.
like,
But you have nobody to blame but yourself because you lied.
and here's the hypocrisy of that whole Umar Johnson shit, and rolls right back into that AMIRI shit. Why do you jump on the side of women who are against you? Weren't you born a guy? Oh, it was so hard that you had to become a woman.
In
And
all honesty, I think that nigga is lost.
yeah, I
I
think
think I think he enjoys pegging. Something is wrong with him.
yeah, I really think it's a mental issue with people like that because when you look at this person and they're talking all this misandrous shit about black men, and you're like, nigga, please, you still a nigga.
You're like shit. Like don't you be standing up? Then why you have so much self-hatred? If
And
you hate yourself that bad, look, there you can drink bleach, there's razors, you can get you a power tool, that you can jump off a building. If you hate yourself that bad, well then go ahead and self-delete.
but guess what they're not gonna do? They're not gonna take shit upon themselves. They're not gonna take responsibility. What they're gonna take is this. They're gonna take every fucking answer they could think of that's diabolical. It's not my fault. Well, I mean, I literally just got threatened with somebody's brother who's an FBI, and I'm like, so bring him. But
How
yet,
is this dude talking about some I'ma get my brother on you? What the fuck? This ain't
that's the chick,
elementary
some,
school.
some chick on his fucking panel. Like I said, but you're not gonna check this chick when she talked to her brother about doing something violent to me. I said, let me put it to you this way. You come up on me if you want in a way I don't like. You're either gonna catch a punch, some cold steel, or something else hot coming about 1,400 feet per second.
But I mean, I
know
put it
that
to you like
male
this:
bodyguards being choked down?
unless the brother is just as silly as they are, that motherfucker. Because I know dudes like that. I knew a dude like that. He had all these brothers. He's grown ass man. He got all these brothers, and whenever he would get into a little tete for tete with another grown man, because he argues like a woman. He talking about calling his brothers and cousins and shit. And I'll never forget, I was standing there one time and he called one of his male relatives and they hung up on his ass.
Yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
listening to that
Yeah,
chick, and I said,
those
yeah.
are dudes.
And I'm listening to this chick, and I was like, yo, this is the reason why you get no respect. Because you'll pull somebody into an argument that you don't like. Well, how would you know? Because you're dealing with women who are experts. If you're a social worker, before you get called, I get called first.
Mm-hmm.
I said, most of y'all don't even come out because y'all fat and lazy. And this is the reason why I say, you know what? At this moment, to deal with a black woman is to play Russian roulette with 5 bullets inside of a revolver, a 6 shooter. It is so pathetic and it's so dangerous that it does not benefit anybody to speak with them. And niggas who even associate with these type of women, I look at you with the strong eye. Like I had to call Chaos and said, "Yo, I'm gonna look at you strange because of this shit." And I said, and I'm looking at this shit because this is all coming back to fruition. These are the type of niggas who would defend that attorney and would know full well that that's the type of fucking sucker shit we on. That's the type of sucker shit we on.
You're borging out. You hear me? You're borging.
Here.
You're borging.
Let me see something.
Sound better now.
What about now?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, it's better.
And I'm getting to the point where it's like, you know what? You niggas are either sky blue or y'all purple as shit. And I'm looking at this like, you don't want to critique black women, but you want to put why black men having all these babies. Black men are not. You have over 1 million more babies than we do. We have
Black men ain't fucking themselves.
I said, you got to remember, y'all got 1 million babies that are not sired by black men. Explain that shit. Are those men considered deadbeat dads? Because everybody know the white man is the original deadbeat dad.
I was about to say that.
Lord knows that white man will fuck you and leave you and start a new family, and them family will be pure white.
Just ask Keisha Cole.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look what happened. There's a reason why we call him the tragic mulatto, because daddy won't accept you. Mrs. Cartwright will say everything you have will be in this room alone.
What was that movie that they made a movie about that, didn't they? What was the name of that movie?
Family That Prays.
Family That
No, not that. This was this movie came out back in like the 50s, 60s. Where the mother, the dark skinned mother, she had a baby by a white guy.
Oh,
and the white guy, huh?
And the daughter could pass for white.
Right. And she wound up being famous.
Yeah.
And she ignored her mother, and then she treated her mother like crap. And then when her mother died, she was at the that's how the movie ended. Because her mother was real popular in black society. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loved her mom except for her. But when her mom died, it was too late. And she was crying on her mama's casket. I'm sorry, Mom. I love you. I'm sorry. I forget the name of that freaking movie.
But that was like an updated remake or something like that with Trisha Thompson and that. Sounds similar to that, yeah. Like,
yeah.
I'm not sure because I don't like remakes too much.
It was an older movie. I know what he talked about was black and white. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of that shit occurs in the black community. You be looking at the father, you look at the son, you notice mama black, daddy black. Oh, you the stepdaddy. well, I'm the father. I just say I'm the father because black men get pride on taking somebody's sloppy seconds. I said it.
The cleanup men.
Everything you're saying is true.
We'll take pride in having somebody's sloppy fucking seconds. Well, I'm the real daddy out here because I take care of him. Oh, so he gets all the fun of making the kid, and you get all the pain and responsibility of raising it. Okay, that's how it goes.
Yeah. And about that, what I'm saying? Like, yeah, about that, Charles. It seemed like when guys, when guys, the cleanup men finally, what I'm saying, be like, no, I don't want to do it no more, and they get shamed, talking about that's selfish. What about helping the community? What about being a father figure to these kids with no dad? But yeah, they can put the blame on guys like that because those guys didn't make those kids. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just use shaming tactics, be like, well, so you step up. No, I don't got to step up. I mean, if I want to, yeah, but I don't have to. So how you gonna shame men who you didn't want before? What I'm saying, to be the the cleanup guy, or as you call him, the second choice. What I'm saying? I mean, once they figure it, they ain't got no more worth in them anymore. They all used up and squeezed out. So it's like, please come save me. Please come help me. No, fuck that.
We need to start calling them the Watkins men.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you this much, man. I get such an attitude about this because I had to ask a couple of girls this. What's the benefits of being a stepfather?
He get to pay my bills and eat my cooch after I let my baby daddy hit it while he at work.
Exactly.
I mean, will deep dick her while you at work sleeping, double fucking shift, taking everybody's shit. You come home, not even a goddamn crumb on the table for you to eat.
House ain't clean. She's sitting there smoking, drinking, probably with her friends.
Yeah.
And then cussing you out when you come through the door. And then she getting fucked so badly that she's both pigeon-toed and bow-legged.
God
Good
damn.
Lord. I mean, how many videos have we seen where brothers done came home and caught they... Look, I'm going to tell you right now. A woman has zero respect for you when you come home and you catch her in bed with another man where you sleep. I mean, you don't even have the good goddamn common sense, decency, or little, just a smidge of morality to not do it in your house.
Right. That's low below the belt level.
I literally saw a video of a dude call his girlfriend cheating on him in his house, and when she got caught, you know what the bitch did?
She called the police.
Exactly.
Yeah, I seen that video. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what
she called the police.
You in his house, calling the police, making a false report. I would have grabbed her ass and threw her out.
Oh, then you went to jail for that one.
I don't give a shit. Fuck that shit. I'm throwing her ass fully out, and then the police come, calling the police. Yo, she don't live here. We broken up. She don't get mail here. Here's my lease right here. I'm the only owner of this lease right here, for real. She cheated on me. I caught her cheating on me, and she made a false report. And I'm videotaping it all right now. Look at my phone. Everything's on camera. So unfortunately, I gotta right to physically throw her out my house if I told her she got to go. And that's technically by law. You can actually throw a person out your house or property if they refuse to leave.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, man. That's why you never let a chick stay longer than a few days. A week in school, yeah, if she leaves something out, you forgot this bitch, or throw it away.
Especially in my state like New York, when we got some squatters' rights shit. Yeah, she stayed. If that first day ain't more than 14 days or 30 days, something like that. Yeah, you gotta go to court to get them kicked out.
Yep, that's how it is in Baltimore. You gotta go to court. That's why you don't let a bitch stay with you. All these niggas, I don't care how good her pussy get, I gotta miss you. Well,
At the third day, yo, you gotta go.
I said even Jesus got out on the third day. He said, "Gotta go, gotta go."
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Right. And you know what though, Charles? Here's the thing. Here's what you gotta do. Like, cause I'm a traditional guy. Say if I do, be in a relationship and a chick live with me, I pay most of the bills, whatever. You always vet her. Like, always see if she got something going on in her life. Like, if she's struggling or is she going through a rough financial time. So whereas though that's a way of like easing the way in to try to get you to help her, with her situation while she do what she does. So if you meet a chick, if she's working a good job, okay, cool. But if she seems like she's struggling and she's looking for a man, to me, that's a red flag right there. That's a huge red flag. To my hope, you know what I mean? And then they will ask for help in a very sneaky and direct way. So you won't even catch that shit. Like, hold up. Oh, so you would need some help. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
Shout out to LAP SWAT 1. The movie was Imitation of Life.
That's it. Imitation of Life.
Imitation of Life. Damn, 58? Shit.
Yep, 1958. That was a damn good movie, boy.
That was one of the realest movies you'll watch on race relations. I swear to God.
So the father was white and the mother was black?
Yep,
Yeah.
dark black. I mean, she wasn't just black, she was dark.
She was like Hattie McDaniel's black.
So this is
that
generation.
Like, and it's funny because I look at this shit, and this is the reason why we today prove without a shadow of doubt, simps need not apply. I'm sorry. You motherfuckers are the bane of the manosphere existence. You always put these things on black women. Black women don't. I said, what are black women held in check?
You're Borgin again. You're
What about
Borgin
now?
again. There you go.
I said, black women, what are they held in check and penalized for being bad mothers? You can literally drop your kids off at a fire station when they're a baby, no rhyme, no reason, no harm, no foul. When can a man do that? Well, I can't take care of this baby, so I'm going to put up for adoption. No, nigga, you going to jail. But I thought we don't have a debtor's prison. We do now.
You know what? There was a TV show that came out back in, I think, the 70s or 80s, where a woman was asked, that very question, like if a woman can opt out of being a parent, right? She can drop the kid off for adoption or something like that. Like she can do that, right? Like, yeah, so how come a man can't opt out of being a father? It was like, and she was like, well, because he's responsible and blase, blase, blase. And the guy sitting next to her, he turned around, he said, hey, I just want to let you know your sexism is showing. And she got mad as a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I find it funny because I thought we were equal. So we're equal, you know what I'm saying? How come we can't get the same treatment when it comes to that?
Well, it's only equal if it benefits them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, just like the comment says, yo, word. And Angela tried to do the same thing with Little Romeo. Little Romeo put his foot down, like, nah, I can't do this no more. He didn't want to be friends with the bitch, and she got mad.
As soon as she had that baby, she lost all credibility and value to Romeo.
Mm-hmm.
Bitches don't know. You have a baby?
Did I miss something? What did I miss?
Oh, the comment. Read the comment.
Comment, yeah.
I mean, wait, I can't see that. It's too small. What does it say?
Remember Reverend Run's daughter, younger daughter, Angela Simmons.
Okay, so what happened?
Yeah, she was friends with Master P's son, Little Romeo. Little Romeo actually had little feelings for her, but he said that he had to stop being friends with her now no more because the reality fact is he's not trying to be cleanup guy. Like, yo,
basically, he wanted to date her for years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She was like, no, we're just friends. She gets pregnant by a nigga that's in the industry who was a drug dealer. Drug dealer baby daddy gets killed. Now Angela was trying to throw the pussy and ass and legs all over the Romeo. And Romeo,
And
like,
I wonder
where's
why.
the chief keys? Like,
I
nah.
wonder why.
He opted out of the friendship, and now she mad that he rejected her. Like, oh, how does it feel?
Exactly.
It made it even funny right there, backfire on her now because now she dating this dude named Yo Gotti, something like that. But he's gonna pump and dump on her ass also too.
Oh, wait, I know who she is now. I
Yeah,
know who she is now. She was the chick.
everyone's daughter, the
She
younger
was
one.
supposedly a virgin and all of this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. She ain't
Chelsea
even
Must.
cute. She ain't even cute.
Exactly.
You
Yo,
know who she built like? She built like that so-called therapist chick that was talking shit.
Oh,
Oh
you
shit!
remember
God
and then was
damn!
going all crazy when she
Damn!
God damn.
green outfit, body
That's fucked.
positivity, all that shit. I'm like, yo, she nothing but an average looking chick that just got a status. She
I'm gonna put it
ain't
to you
top
this
tier
way:
like that.
that therapist chick is built like
Well,
a retired pro wrestler.
God,
Exactly.
My
don't do him
God,
like that, Charles. Damn.
she looked like Greg the Hammer Valentine now.
Uh-oh, y'all, we body shaming.
Oh
Yeah,
Lord, don't let
that's
the scripts get me now, baby. Don't let the
yeah.
scripts.
That's sex
Hey,
system,
that
so
was
you
my
can't do that.
that's back in the day.
Going out the chunky
That means you hate women.
Did you call her a chunky moon? Somebody?
chunky moo cow.
Lord,
Chunky
don't
moo cow. Okay.
You know
look
I
out.
do from the good moo cows.
Oh Lord, she's like my favorite soup, chunky, chunky, chunky. Like, oh Lord, you're not supposed to body shame a woman. That woman is a
Fuck that
goddess.
shit. They body shame us all the time about dick size, or it's a fucking feet and all that shit, man. Fuck that shit. Body positivity movie is a fucking lie. It's
I
fake.
remember a chick tried to tell me your dick's small. I said, one, we know it's not small because last time I checked, it got that little itch in the back of your throat. Now let's talk about your pussy.
Damn.
Now let's talk about your pussy. Why does your pussy have an echo?
God. Oh
Wow.
my God. Damn,
Man,
Charles.
I'll tell the
Don't
chick,
do him
look,
like that.
she told me
Not
some
the echo. Not the echo.
man,
I
man,
mean,
Hey,
she just trying to tell me that. I'm
hey,
like, you know what?
hey.
Compared to your 300
Please,
pound
please.
looking ass, of course it's gonna be small. Fuck.
uh,
Shit. It's scared of your toxic
Charles.
in there, man. Word.
Yo, check it out, Charles. If she got an echo for a pussy, that means her pussy got more miles on it than an F-350 duty. God damn it.
oh man, she got more miles than a World War II 50 cal, and we still use them bitches to this day.
Damn.
Charles, I have to somewhat disagree with you because Trish Stratus and Lita look better than her,
Yeah, they
Who?
do.
and they're retired wrestlers. I'm just saying.
We're talking about like that therapist chick. She's built like Greg the Hammer Valentine now.
Oof,
God
yeah, that's
damn.
more
Don't do him
accurate, but
like
yeah.
that.
Like, God damn.
So what did
Like,
Cynthia's pet
Oh,
do now?
oh, that motherfucker. He said he had a smoke session. Number one, how many times?
What?
How many? And I invited myself up there, and he tried to pull up some little article about black women having their children taken from them. I said that's a bullshit
And
article.
whose fault is that?
I said, one, let's look at why, and then two, let's also see some. It takes an act of God to take children away from black women. You know why? Because we CPS don't do their jobs.
Yeah, really. Look at that chick that killed that innocent dude trying to get at her baby daddy.
Yeah.
That bitch should have been in jail.
Yeah, she
You,
go ahead.
no, you're right. She should have been in jail from all of the other infractions
Yeah,
that she
really.
had. Because she's committed other crimes against children. And here
Yeah,
then
against her
she
own
must
daughter.
yeah, she going to look, that girl going to jail for a good long time because she killed that quote unquote good pristine lettuce smelling white man. I'm trying to imitate Uncle
Yeah, he
Ruckus.
was actually traveling with Prince and stuff. That dude was well known, so yeah,
Yeah.
she going down.
Oh, she going down because that man was beloved in the community. He was because here's I don't know if y'all know the backstory of the white guy she killed. He got into a motorcycle accident. A car hit him while he was on the bike. He had to learn how to walk and everything all over again. You know, the typical things that happen to you when you get into a back accident like that. And he became an advocate for motorcycle safety and driver safety and all that shit. I mean, this dude was like, quote unquote, a pillar in that circle of his community. And here he is just trying to go to the damn store and he get ran over by some wild, crazy black chick trying to get at some black dude, and then make it so, and had showed no remorse. And she had a criminal record too. Man, they finna make an example out of her. She ain't finna do no 5 years and get out in 6 months for good behavior with an ankle monitor. No, she going to federal prison.
Also, he was a sound designer. He actually worked for Prince and another artist I can't think of the name of right now. So yeah, she going down.
Yeah, she going down. This should be a lesson to swirlers. Matter of fact, that movie, Ariel, the Ariel movie, whatever, Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
If that don't tell black women, and that's why really a lot of black women are mad. As a black man, this movie is not your fight.
I'm indifferent because
right. Because as I was telling people, I don't
care about it.
Okay, let me finish one point before I go to another. This movie right here, if this doesn't tell black women how white men feel about you, how they don't see you as a sex symbol, because although Ariel is a cartoon, do understand when it came out, a lot of these white men were little white boys. Okay, them little seashell titties with the clam shells or whatever. I mean, they was, they were jerking off to that shit when they were little kids, teenagers and shit. So now you put, the black chick as that, and they don't find black women appealing like that. That's really what it's all about. They don't find black women appealing like that. But what people don't seem to understand, and Charles, you heard me talk about this, was that Disney right now, they are hemorrhaging money. So they're pandering to the black audience. Somebody said, well, if they want to make money, they just remake it and use a white chick. I'm like, no, because they get sick of all this woke bullshit that they putting in these movies and TV shows. That's why they're failing. A lot of today's modern TV shows movies are failing, huh?
And you know what, Bitter Truth? I want to add on to that and stuff, because I mentioned this also too in another panel and everything. You see how they fighting when they saw the casting of Ariel, Black Girl, and everything. Now, here's another point of view. You think they would go to do the same way if they kept Ariel white or cast Prince Eric as black? We already know the answer to that.
You know what? I doubt very highly that white men would have a problem with that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm focused on the black. I'm focused on the black people with how they fighting against what they criticizing about. Like what I'm saying, trying to defend the casting of Ariel. But
that's what I'm saying.
They cast Prince Eric as black and kept Ariel as white.
The only people that would the collective of people that would have a problem with that would be black women. A lot of white men would not give a fuck. They wouldn't give a fuck.
The black women not even defend it. They were to criticize Prince Eric being black and shit. If they did, black women been shutting up like
criticize being black. They would actually criticize being black.
Exactly.
You're boring.
Here's the crazy part. Like I told this one chick on my page on Facebook.
You're boring.
You're gonna come back on. Oh, Bitter Truth. I'm glad you're here. Did you hear what happened with Kanye West going on?
No, what happened?
Oh, with his Yeezy brand, he's trying to fight to get it back because his deal with Gap and Adidas, what we did the Yeezy with, is over with. So he's trying to get the brand back so he can sell it straight through him. And remember you were talking about that with Jordan on your show? How he should have That's why same thing, because I think 10 years ago he was on the show with Sway, and Sway tried to tell him why not just sell it straight through you instead of going through
You
Gap
ain't
and all
got
that
the
stuff.
answer, Sway. You ain't got the answer, Sway.
Exactly. Now he's
And
like,
Sway
he
shouldn't have. I'm gonna be look. I'm gonna be honest with. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. Sway wanted to knock the shit out of his ass when he said that. You can see it in his face. You can see it in his face and his body language. He wanted to knock Kanye the fuck out. Like, nigga, you don't talk to me like that.
And now
Right,
Kanye
but he would have lost his job.
Yeah, Kanye on a recent interview now admitting, like, you know what? Sway was right. Exactly.
Of course he was right.
Exactly.
When did this happen?
I'm like, your dumb ass should have sold them Yeezy straight to you. What the fuck do you need to go to Gap for? You're a famous celebrity, you know that shit. Name speaks for itself. You don't need Gap to back you up.
I'm gonna just say this real quick about that Ariel shit real quick. I told a bunch of black women, what's the point of making the Little Mermaid fucking black when you could just make a totally new character if you really want black girls to see themselves?
Thank you.
Right. Exactly.
They got a
Good
black
point.
mermaid.
You bitches
They
are
got a black
literally
mermaid in the
lazy.
Ariel in the Little Mermaid universe.
They're creatively lazy. That's what it is. They're lazy.
What did I say? What did I say?
They're creatively and literally lazy. You know,
Yeah.
that's like if I create a guy.
Disney remaking the remaking another remake of a fairy tale that originally the Little Mermaid main character is white and it has dark origins behind that shit. Yeah, like shush.
Somebody's got YouTube open while they're in here.
Oh,
It's not me.
I was talking. But yeah, if you think about it, yeah, like shit, they doing the Disney version of an actual remake of a technically a dark version of a fairy tale and shit. It's just, the original Little Mermaid version and everything, yeah, it's just that mermaid was trying to get a human soul, and she was about to do some dark shit to get it.
And you know what? This
Little
the Little Mermaid, this Ariel thing is not the first time they've done this. They did that with Mulan. They totally fucked Mulan up, trying to pander to the Chinese audience. Like, how are you going to Mary Sue Mulan and turn it around and try and sell it to the Chinese audience when it's their story?
Ooh.
The whole story of Mulan is look, the story of Mulan, just like this, like Prey was supposed to be, was that you had a girl who, you know, who persevered, who had trials, tribulations, and struggles, and then finally, you know, came of age and was somehow of some help. But that's not what happened. Huh?
I saw Prey. That was
Hey, Passport, who are you?
Just a subscriber.
But I'm gonna tell you what it is, man. It's called laziness. Why do you want to see? The problem is, like I said before, you don't want to see representation. You want to see acceptance.
That's all it is.
Exactly.
You just want to be looked at as attractive to other races of men. But like I said in my other live stream, your reputation, it's not about your representation, it's about your reputation.
Mm-hmm.
Your like Viola Davis, right? Viola Davis, you know, great actress, but face harder than a fucking jail sentence. Now you made her more muscular, working out, which is cool. But then you put her in this ultra aggressive role. And it's bad when you don't have the most feminine face in the first place, right? But these women are always sick and tired of people saying, "You always make us look like we're men." And then I point to Viola Davis and how she looked at the Woman King.
Matter of fact, Charles, I usually had this. I seen a video on Twitter with when they showed this black mother showed her daughter the trailer for Little Mermaid. You know that little girl said that I was giving props for. She was like, "Ariel's white." Mom was trying to convince her. Like, but she black now. Don't you like? It's like, no, Ariel's white. She's supposed to be white.
It's cheating. It's like give me.
It's like watching another version of how you see some of these females trying to convince their young sons that they have to accept LGBTQ type shit.
It's like making Superman's son gay, and he never was gay before, but now all of a sudden he just pops out the blue gay. Like,
and now they wonder why they can't sell any comics.
Exactly. You're trying to, once again, you're trying to.
Shout out to Young Ripper. That's why I'm supporting Young Ripper.
Young Ripper, Ripperverse. I might have to talk to him to bring some of my characters to his shit.
Oh, the quote unquote white liberals, the woke mob actually they attacked him.
Who cares?
They attacked him for his book. You can't he can't promote his book on Reddit. If you mention his book on Reddit, they'll ban you from Reddit.
Why are they attacking him?
Because he won't bend the knee. You got a black man who done created black characters that ain't, a bunch of sissified men and overpowered Mary Sue black chicks with misandry. Okay, there's no homosexuality in his books or none of that. It's just, a straight up black comic book. And they're pissed at that because they wanted him to bend the knee.
I'm like, no, we don't need to do that.
Thank you.
We have too many people doing that shit now. It's like what T'Challa said to Ant-Man. We don't do that here. No,
it was something. Quick word. Okay, my whole thing is this: let white folks have their shit. That's their shit. They created it. Stop trying to interject yourself into their shit. You act like you don't know how to fucking draw, write, create. You act like black people act like they're so fucking helpless and stupid that they need white handouts for validation. And my whole thing is fuck them. When I was sitting up here, the last time BGS had a panel that I was on, if you notice, I was there. I was on it. You know what I was doing? Comic book inventory. You know how many black comics I got? Like black authors? Like, man, come on, stop it. Motherfucker.
You know what I think about, with the two creators of the Ninja Turtles franchise, Kevin Eastman, Peter Leonard. It's like they created the actual formula to be so independent and and distribute your own comic. I think a lot of these people miss the term with that and everything. Like, they tend to had a formula right there and everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
well, the Turtles, in all honesty, they
in
suck.
The age now, huh?
In all honesty, the Turtles suck. But when they first came out, they were violent. They were violent and graphic, like graphically violent. But they wound up changing their image over in order to appeal to kids, and that's how they were able to get the deal.
Yes, they had to sell toys.
That's how they wound up being appealing to kids.
Cartoons is nothing but big commercials for sell toys.
Right. It was bullshit.
But the whole point is and everything. Now we're in the age now that a lot of independent artists could actually come out more and more. They don't even really need Marvel or DC. I mean, look at the guy that created the Boys comic and stuff.
I love The Boys. The graphic novel is way better than the TV show.
I like them both. Yeah, I could critique the show a little, some here and there, but
remember when Starlight had the throat goat? All of the seven.
She had all three of them. She had the Homelander, Black Noir, and A Train.
And what's the name? The guy that they
the TV show, the Deep. The TV show,
the Deep. Yeah, it was all of the dudes. All of the dudes. He had to throat goat all of them in order to join the seven. And the one who kicked it off was Homelander.
Well, that was in the comics. It was just those three, yeah. In the TV show, they changed it just for the Deep. They did that.
Yeah, just the Deep. And turned it into a damn.
He was different in the comics. He wasn't that standout in the comic the way he was in the TV show.
No, he was a bitch.
Yeah, he was just focused on his money. Like, yo, I'm gonna get my money, my franchise up, and everything. Like,
How did
but
we
the
switch the comics? Anyway,
the comic book is man. Yo, I mean, I give it up to the TV version also too. And everything they took it one level and stuff, but the comic version is more crazy. The
Hero-gasm.
Man.
The one guy, remember the one superhero? He was like Reed Richards. He was able to be elastic, and he was raping the special needs, the retarded superhero girl. When he wound up getting demoted.
Yep.
He got demoted and wound up being with a team that was pretty much like the West. They were like the West Coast Avengers or something like that. Little young they were like the New Mutants. They were a bunch of young superheroes, and this dude was freaking molesting one of the girls, the special needs girl.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking pervert.
Yeah, the other one. He was like the G-Men. G-Force, G-Wiz, all that shit.
Yeah.
The X-Men, the X-Force, the X-Factor. Yo, he's like in an Animal House type shit.
Yeah. Y'all need to pick.
What the fuck?
Y'all need to order them books. You probably won't find them at the Barnes and Nobles, but you need to order them books.
They got them in the volumes. I've actually met Eve Guinness when he wrote the books, and I talked to him about it. Don't worry, when I go to the Baltimore Comic-Con, I'm gonna have a lot more interviews, just like I did at BlurredCon.
Okay, because I lost all them books. I lost them books.
I read the whole. He was narrating it on his channel, all the volumes and stuff, man. Oh, mother milk and that shit also too in the comments. Oh my gosh.
I put it to you like this: whatever streaming service or cable network decides to make Cross into a service, into a TV show, you can forget it. You can forget it. You can forget it. You thought Preacher was a hit and The Boys was a hit. Crossed, if they do it right, it's gonna have to be rated R. It's gonna have to be rated R.
I've been watching the Boys Boys series, and don't ask me why this last season I was really feeling Homelander. He was just doing shit that I thought he should do.
You mean like making the woman jump on his birthday to her death?
It reminded me,
that was fucked up, but
you know what that CB Bobby when it was like resembling to All-Star Superman when he had to save a girl from jumping and everything. It's like, imagine it came out in reverse.
That's pretty much what you got. Yeah,
I thought Starlight's extra boyfriend was a wasted character. I was like, when he toasted his ass, I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Wait, which boyfriend? Her original boyfriend or what's the name?
What was his name? The first one before. He had a real superhero name. I can't think of his name.
Oh yeah, he's a throwaway
character. I was like, oh, he got rid of him. Oh, thank God. I was like, okay, that makes sense. In the way he's like, why is he here? Homelander should have killed him by now.
Oh, that guy, the one he beat his face in. Had his dead body on the roof.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, but that just goes. That was he was pretty much just to let you know just how vicious and cruel and dangerous that Homelander really was.
Funny.
I mean, look what he did to the Daredevil guy.
Oh, yep. He slapped his face. Wow. More depth than his now, like the hell.
Yeah, he's completely useless as a freaking human being.
Oh, you know what? If they really want to take it a notch, I hope they add Tech Knight in this season.
I didn't like what they did. I didn't like what they did with old boy.
Black Noir?
With Black Noir. I didn't like the Black Noir.
I'm not sure if he's dead or not.
He's dead.
I don't know if he's dead, but they might reanimate him. Imagine if here's what I'm thinking they're gonna do. They got Soldier Boy, even though Soldier Boy was a motherfucker that season.
Yeah, piece of shit.
Soldier Boy.
You know what's bad
What if they create a new one? They take Black Noir's DNA and Soldier Boy's DNA just to keep Homelander in check.
Oh yeah, the contingency plan and stuff, and they can probably make, like I said in the comments, make take the DNA from Homelander, the clone, and a Black Noir.
Right, because Black Noir was the contingency plan. Yeah,
exactly.
Black Noir was the one who raped Butcher's wife and got her pregnant.
Did all that crazy cannibalism shit and everything too.
Right, because what they didn't show, this was the difference that for those who aren't familiar with the books, if you've seen the TV show but haven't read the books, what happened was I think they went out, they were out and about, they had ran into Homelander at some event, because this was back when Butcher he kind of liked superheroes.
Yeah.
And he went out to go do something, and what she thought was Homelander, he raped her, but she didn't say anything. She was scared to say anything because she felt that he would kill her, kill her and Butcher. So she wound up getting pregnant from the rape, but she thought it was Butcher's baby until one night the baby clawed its way out of her body and was flying, like she was murdered right there on the spot from the baby clawing its way out. And then Butcher had to fight the baby. Yeah. The baby had super strength. It broke his hand and everything. And was shooting, shooting laser beams. And he beat the baby to death. He had to kill the baby. And that's why he wound up. That's why he had such a hard on for Homelander. But come to find out, it wasn't Homelander that raped her. It was Black Noir, because Black Noir was a clone of Homelander.
Because his mission was just to kill Homelander, but then when they told him, "Nah, we don't want to kill him. We could use him try to make money and stuff like that." That's what Vought does and stuff like that and everything. So that kind of made Black Noir crazy and shit like that. Like I was crazy just to kill him and shit like that. And now you tell me that I had to hold back my plans. Like, so he went crazy. That's how he went crazy behind that shit. That's why he did what he did and try to make Homelander psychologically crazy and shit, thinking that was him and shit.
Yeah, he was doing shit. He was doing all these crimes, and Homelander was getting blamed for it because they were seeing Homelander do the crimes, but it wasn't Homelander.
Yeah.
It was Black Noir. Yeah.
That was the craziest twist in the whole comic.
Hell yeah!
I remember
that doesn't excuse Homelander for being a dick though, but he didn't do these though, because he thought, it's because of you, I would have been a real hero. Nah, you would still been a dick though, still. Plane incident? Oh my god!
It was so funny when, like, oh my god! I'm glad the fucking show made Queen Maeve a lot better than what she ended up in the book, because in the book, she saves Starlight from Homelander. Her sword breaks. She tries to fight him hand to hand, and Homelander just cocks back, hits her in the face, and ends up decapitating her.
Yep. Did a Mortal Kombat fatality on her. Head flying.
Yeah, good shit. He's strong as fuck.
Yep.
Yeah. Shit. Like, I guess she boosted up. She got her because she was fucking Homelander up in the show, but I think that's... Some people say Homelander wasn't going at her hard enough, but
he's not a strategic fighter. That's the whole thing. Yeah, he just I got superpower strength. I just use my laser beams and he couldn't even handle himself against Butcher, even his father.
In the show,
even Huey.
Right. On the show, Homelander still had feelings for Maeve. You're Borgin, Charles.
I wasn't saying anything.
Okay. So,
but they changed it from the comic to now, because most of the time the comic, since the plane incident, she just became a drunken fuck and shit, like having sex with multiple people. She had 2 babies or whatever. Yeah, one with the dude came Blondie Cock. Yeah, Blondie Cock. But that Huey killed, and his answer came out. I got of Blondie Cock's ass. We took care of it. Like, I'm like, damn. We found out, that was Queen Maeve's son with the legend. She was sleeping with everybody like crazy.
Yeah, she was a mighty good whore in the comic.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah, she hated herself. She hated herself.
Yeah.
I wasn't shocked with that scene when she was fucking Billy in the scene when they got choked. I'm like, you know?
Oh my god! Like I remember. Like I just think it's funny in the show when they were talking about the background when he was part of Payback, when Black Noir was getting the shit beat out of him by Soulja Boy. I was like,
Oh man. Dang.
And just think he's supposed to have been the avatar for Captain America.
yeah. It's funny. And he's smoking weed all the time and fucking old bitches.
Exactly. Yo.
You know, they got the perfect guy
he's straight masculinity right here. Like, yo, when he find all these things happening going on, he's like, yo, motherfuckers over here like, crazy doing all this freaky weird shit.
It was like, man, Bill Cosby made some strong drinks.
Exactly.
But you know what? You got to give it to him though. He was a man's man though.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was a man's man. He didn't take up with no pussy shit.
Hell no. Not like Steve Rogers.
Well, ultimate Steve Rogers, you would like. When they were paying him for a mission, he said, "We'll dock your pay. Yeah, go use it to fix your teeth."
You know what? I lost them books too. I lost my whole Ultimate line.
Oh, go to the
Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Fantastic Four, Ultimate Avengers. I lost all them books.
You know how much the first appearance of Miles? You know how much the first appearance of Miles Morales is worth?
Please don't make me hate you. I lost a lot of books. I lost my whole collection of Power Pack, all of that shit. I lost all of it to a flood.
Ooh, Power Pack is old, man.
Lost all of it to a flood. Like I say, I was doing my inventory because I'm getting ready to start selling this stuff off because I'm not gonna be here much longer. I'm not taking this stuff with me.
Hey, did you guys hear the controversy with Apple?
It was going to happen.
I kid you not. Wait for it. They made a bonnet emoji.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yo.
I don't know. Wait. What's the controversy?
I think that shit too.
What's the controversy?
I don't know.
They
They wearing it out here in the streets. I don't understand why it's a controversy.
But man, iOS 16, they made a bonnet emoji.
Shit.
All I got to say is, black woman, you blocked about this on yourselves. There ain't no sense you complaining about it.
Exactly, like that diaper, that diaper box. It showed the white family, but then when it showed the black people, there was no man. It was just a black woman and a couple kids.
Oh yeah, it was just the kids and the black.
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck y'all mad at?
Like, what did I tell you? It's not representation; it's your reputation.
Thank you. I think they represented black women very well.
I don't need no man because I'm mad right now. Oh.
You've been screaming that shit since what? The fucking since 75?
Yep. I don't need no man. I'm independent.
Now you see it in real life coming from the people that you trying to, suck up to, and you realize you look like a goddamn fool.
Black woman mad. Oh, black woman strong. See, look at my strength.
Oh, and poor He-Man. Kevin Smith and his people destroyed He-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey, fellas, I got a question for y'all. Dusty Charles. Hey, what's your opinion on this new soft girl era?
Bullshit.
It's
you want to know
it's a finesse.
You want my opinion on soft girl? I'm going to tell you what I think of soft girl. I think a soft girl is the newest bullshit streamlined for black men to actually believe their asses.
Right.
Here's the problem.
Another tactic.
You can't make a chick who says I love my feminine, and then the very next minute she starts cussing like a goddamn sailor. They can't be soft unless they want it to be. You either got it or you don't. It's like juice. You got the juice or you don't. So when you look at this soft girl, like everybody said, it's finessing at its worst. Not even at its finest. It's finessing. You're trying to give something. You're trying to give something to black men that they can go anywhere else with any other woman and get for free. There's always a stipulation for black women. You take all the provider jobs, you said 50-50, but guess what? If you take all the jobs from all the men who can make more wages than even you, because men tend to work longer hours, why don't you give up your job for your men? Oh, I can't do that. Then you're not soft. How can I call you soft if you're not submissive, if you're not docile?
Right.
And I think it's bullshit.
Right. I agree. But here's the thing, though, Charles. See, the thing with our women, and I told people this, the reason why I think our women, I know our women act like this, it was manufactured through the system. Like, our women don't naturally act masculine. It's just that's how they were programmed. That's how they were, that's how they were wired. They were socialized. Right, that's how they were socialized. Now, some women actually woke up and actually realized this is bullcrap, and they want to be in a natural state. No, some women are genuine, but most of them is like, it's kind of weird how all of a sudden they realize I can't do this. This is hard. You know what I'm saying? This. I'm not made for this. You know what? Maybe I do need a man. You know what I'm saying? So I said, so now you realize that feminism was actually your enemy, not your friend. And then you realize patriarchy is actually a better benefit for you than matriarchy. I find that kind of interesting.
But here's the part about dealing with the devil. He doesn't change, you do. So the whole time, even if they try to be feminine, do something she doesn't agree to, and then see how feminine she's gonna be. Like, think about this. Women are talking about supporting the woman king. I'm not supporting shit. It's the same thing when motherfuckers told me, yeah, we should support Stacey Abrams. Why?
For what?
Because she a black woman.
She doesn't support. I think, like we said on the Ryder Report, she has to lose, and we have to be dicks about it.
Oh, she's going to lose. She's going to lose. She's going to lose.
Not the mammy. Not mammy.
Oh, she's going to lose. Trust me. Because down here, her whole platform, like her posters and all that stuff, rainbow flags and all of that stuff. And now because she's losing, now she wants to she wants to finger wag black men.
But babe, she registered black men to vote. The other guy's going to keep black men from voting.
How is the other guy going to keep black men from voting?
You got to think about it, right?
What are you going to do? Show up to the polls and offer them $20 if they go home?
Here's my problem with that, though. Here's my real problem, because that is an argument I'm hearing. But here's the problem: and the way I'm seeing white folks at these methadone clinics, they ain't gonna have much of a choice. They're gonna have to come to somebody event. They can't keep up this keep the black men from voting forever. That's a losing strategy. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Charles.
No, you're fine. But look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I've said this. I've been saying this for years. I said, look, we as black men, we need to form our own voting bloc. Yep. Like, hey, if you want our vote, I don't care, Democrat, Republican, I don't care. Libertarian, Green Party, don't give a shit. If you want our vote, we need tangibles. Well, what type of tangibles do you need? Well, here's the docket. Like T. Hassan Johnson's got his 14-point plan. Ice Cube has got his plan. It's like, look, and I was talking about this the other day. Like, at least
don't forget the Great Voter Initiative.
Right, Trump, when he ran for president, what was his main platform? What was the main thing that he was saying?
Make America
he
great
wanted
again.
to build the wall, right? He wanted to build the wall. He kept saying he was going to build the wall, build the wall, build the wall. He built a couple miles of wall. He did that. They didn't finish it, but at least he did something. At least he gave the people something for their vote. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Trump met with a lot of black people when he was in office.
Of course, because he like, shit, I want to stay in office. I want to get reelected. You know, when I get out of office, I want to have these connections. Because what a lot of people don't seem to understand is that Trump is not a bad businessman. He has some great ideas, but because of his personality, people don't fuck with his peers. His peers do not fuck with him. Because have you ever taken a video tour of the Trump plane?
Nope.
Remember he had the private planes?
Yeah.
If you ever when you get done here tonight, take a video tour of the inside of those freaking those jets, those private jets. Them motherfuckers are decked out. I'm like, damn, you could live in this bitch.
Yeah.
Them planes were awesome. But because his peers didn't like him, they didn't fuck with his shit.
Yeah.
So now he just rents his name out, like the what is that hotel in New York, the Trump Tower or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he don't own none of that. He just leases his name out to him.
Yeah.
Yes, because but he owns a whole lot of other business, like fast food businesses and everything, throughout the United States. He's got a lot of small businesses that make a lot of money.
Like, you got to think about it. Guess who's one of his best friends of all time is still friends with him to this day? Oprah.
Oops.
A lot of y'all don't know. Him and Oprah go back a long 40 years.
Yeah, because there's pictures of them back when they was younger, back when Oprah first had her show and everything.
They were friends.
Just like you see them pictures of her and Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, I keep telling you.
Bored out again.
Bored out, Charles.
I said, notice you never heard Oprah say one bad thing about Trump.
Of course not. That's they friends. They homeboys.
That's her.
I guarantee you they fuck.
Possibly, yeah.
Just like Trump and Omarosa. I guarantee you they fuck.
I guarantee you. And I'm gonna tell you what it is, man. Black people don't understand strategy. And this is what
they don't.
Like Waka Flocka said, he learned how to avoid paying so many taxes by sitting down with Trump, and he said, look, this is what you got to do. You got to do this. You got to get an LLC, then you got to get an S corp, then you got to get a trust, and then you got to get a corporation.
Exactly.
And see, I'm glad you said that, Charles, because during the 2020 election, I told black folks, look, you want to get something out of Trump? It's very simple. Put his name on it. Stroke his ego, and you can get something done with Trump.
Like I keep telling people, well, Trump's racist. No, he's an elitist.
Yeah.
If you can make money, you are an elitist. The only color that matters is green.
Yep.
And that's the first fight.
That's why he likes rappers.
Yep, that's why he likes rappers. And think about it. He's the guy who's teaching rappers how not to pay taxes, and they're successfully doing it.
You said that. You know what it reminded me of? There's a commercial that's been airing this past week where they show it looked like that it's like three men, a white dude in an Argyle sweater and whatnot, an old white dude, and looked like two black dudes in their late 20s, early 30s. And the one black dude is sitting there looking like the dude from the meme where the guy's eating a banana, the snitch dude from that movie, like, yeah, I don't like this at all. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you talking about From Belly.
Right. Yeah. It's a dude that looked like him. He's talking to another, he's sitting down and he's talking to another black dude on his left that's standing up, and he's explaining to him what the white guy was saying to him was like, yo, you don't like, you fast money ain't good money, and it don't last. You need to let your money build and grow and blase blase. You know, the black dude was explaining to the other black dude what the white guy was saying on how to become rich, you know, how to build wealth. That's Trump and those black rappers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you ain't got to go out and buy the fucking Maserati and all of this shit and the gold chain. You can rent that shit for video, but don't buy the shit in real life. You don't need this shit.
Yeah.
Look at what the fuck is going on. Niggas is getting smoked for this shit. You don't need this shit. It's a waste of money.
And think about it, right? I've always looked at black people who want to talk about somebody's broke, but we live in the poorest fucking neighborhoods ever, historically. You don't want to talk to a rich guy? Like, I tell you, a day-long conversation with hanging out with Trump is probably worth more than $100,000.
Yeah, it is.
And think about it. When you look at business, right? And shout out the Rocket Lawyer if you need contracts and stuff. Well, get that shit, because that shit will break you off with all kinds of legal documents. And always check with a lawyer too, by the way. You gotta be with people who have shit in order to understand the shit that you already have. Meaning, if you want to be rich, you gotta look at poor people and do the complete opposite.
You know the quickest way to grow rich in a black neighborhood?
So
sell what you do, you sell products to the lowest common denominator.
Yep.
Whatever they think is popular, you sell that. That's why motherfuckers sell t-shirts. Although the t-shirt game is kind of played out, but you know, motherfuckers, if you sell a t-shirt at any type of venue where you got thousands of people, football, basketball, concert, etc. If you sell t-shirts there and your shit is fly, then boom, you can clean up. But trying to, you know, go in the hood and sell a fucking t-shirt to fucking street niggas, no, you ain't gonna make no money like that. You gotta know when and how and what.
I told my best friend's nephew when he was selling t-shirts on York Road, I said, look around you. You got a bunch of wannabe dope boys and a bunch of winos. They ain't got no money. I said, take that shit downtown and sell your shirts. Them tourists would eat that shit up. One of the shirts said, I just left your girlfriend's house. You think them white boys won't buy that?
Hell yeah, especially at a fucking some type of concert.
Yeah.
Or better yet, on a Good Friday, Saturday night, up, let's say, like, okay, well, before Buckhead became crazy, out at the bar area, out where the bars are, out here in Buckhead, if you take a t-shirt like that, you set up shop and sell that shit to a bunch of fucking drunken white boys. Better yet, a white college campus, a fraternity house.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me, man? You'll sell out. You will sell out.
And I told him, I said, you're selling to the populace with no money. You think I'm gonna fucking sell my product, which is protection and security and firearms training, to people who can't afford me? So what do I look like? What the fuck would I look like? Well, you gotta understand. I said the hood does not support the hood. The hood will kill you, but they won't support you. I said, think about it.
That's why people leave the hood.
I said, think about it, right? You think Lil Wayne still lives in the same hood in Louisiana he came from?
Fuck no. He does not live in an apartment C of a rundown tenement anymore.
I haven't done so in like 20 years.
Look what they did to Nipsey.
I'm just about to say that, man. Like,
And I'm gonna tell
Oh
you,
yeah,
Phil,
yeah. But you know what? He kind of brought that on himself.
yeah,
You don't put hands on nobody like that, man. You don't put hands on nobody like that unless you got a goon squad backing you up. You don't put no hands. You put your hands on nobody because he was supposed to be protected.
yeah. But that's another thing in the hood. Who protects your heroes?
Nobody.
Who protects them?
I'll be even have to add Tupac on that list because he constantly went back to the hood himself, also too.
Yeah, but that's not what got Tupac killed.
That Tupac kill was a lot of
Still
shit.
nigga shit, man. I would have to say, yeah, like
DNS, dumb nigga shit.
I'm betting
exactly,
DNS got Tupac killed.
yeah,
you
exactly.
beat up a guy in a fucking casino and then you ride out somewhere. No security, no nothing really. Except I think
Still doing nigga antics like crazy.
Riding with Suge Knight.
Mm-hmm.
No fucking way I'd be in a car with Suge Knight.
Female.
hell no.
Very true for that type of lifestyle you live and everything. But look what happened.
Hell no. And I tell a lot of stuff like there's not
That's
to bless you, god damn.
Sorry.
There's life after death, but god damn.
motherfucker sniffing baby powder. Got him fucking sneezing.
That's some good shit alone though. That's some good shit. I'm gonna tell you what it is, and I'm gonna tell you what it ain't. A lot of motherfuckers don't want to talk about what nigga shit brings. Like, we got too much of a glorification of nigga shit.
Mm-hmm.
Ratchet shit also too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
You know that girl group that make that song that fuck nigga free song.
I'm FREE.
Yeah.
Fuck nigga
Guess what?
Gorilla.
They just Gorilla. They just made a song and a video with Cardi B.
Yeah.
And they fame inches just got skyrocketed to almost like over 9,000 now.
I'm gonna put it to you this.
That's gonna bring out all the dumbass.
Even though the male come back to that shit is even funnier.
Quickly. You know how you can get paid? You know, quickly. Whoa. You know how you can get paid real quick? Right now and do pretty well before Halloween? Take the slogan, turn it into a t-shirt. Sell it online, post it in the groups where the people like that shit, where they listen to that music, that rap groups and all that shit. Yeah, just post a link to the t-shirts there. You'll clean up.
Yeah.
You'll clean up. You want to know how you can make a quick 150K? There you go.
Wait, you know what? Sell the t-shirts. You know that girl probably gonna be upset, but you know what? Sell it back for them for double. You want the exclusive right to the t-shirt? I sell you the rights to the t-shirt. Give me this amount of money.
All you gotta do is just change up the slogan. Change up the slogan. Give it a nice design.
If it ain't trademark, then yeah, I'm going to sell it. So when they get to see me, I'm selling that shit. Okay.
Yeah, but all lyrics on the song are trademarked because the song is trademarked. So you would have to switch it up a little bit.
Nah, you'd be surprised. Yeah.
What you do is you know what? You make a t-shirt saying baby daddy free. Or baby daddy's not for me.
Oh man.
Put that, yeah. You can sell, matter of fact, you ain't even gotta sell it in a freaking rap group. You just sell it online, period. Bitches will eat that shit up though. As misandric as chicks are right now, they'll eat that shit up. Matter of fact, why am I giving you my ideas?
Exactly. Use Teespring. You gotta do some of the design and have Teespring make it for you. Boom. Shush.
Yes. See, I was I was trying not to say all that because I'm like, shit, I'm giving away my money. I'm giving away free. No, matter of fact, fellas, go ahead, do it. I'm giving away free money. Since motherfuckers want to sit up here and say that black men don't talk about finances, here I am talking about finances. That's free money. Free money. The male version, which I haven't heard, that's free money.
Hell yeah.
I'm giving this to you. Like you said, Teesprings. All you gotta do is design it.
Yep.
All you gotta do is design it and then start marketing the shit. You ain't even got to touch it.
I'm gonna tell you what.
We need 40 Thieves to come back and make a song anthem.
A lot of shit that I'm gonna come out with is gonna knock you over the head. I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna just tell you, a lot of fucking Cassandra shit is gonna get broke niggas paid. So hey, like I hate niggas too. You hate niggas, I hate niggas. All right.
And you know what? You can call it selling out all you want to, but as far as look, this is why I need to do the video. And Charles, I need you to be a part of it too. The death of Black consciousness, because there is no coming back. This shit is over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Black consciousness is dead, man. I'm gonna just tell you that now.
Of course, it's a wrap.
Like, you know, when Black consciousness truly died was like the early 2000s, man. It's like the early to mid 2000s, and it was like that's when you started to get a lot of that jail shit. You know, I hate to sound like some ethnocentristic ogre, but that's that jail shit that came into the play.
I'm sorry, I'm just sitting here shaking my head.
Like when you started having people like Polite come into the shit.
The con artists, when the con artists came into it, that's when and really what happened was Dwight York, when he went to jail, because he was the biggest con artist, all of his little con artist minions, they just spread like roaches when you cut the light on across all of the corners of the United States and started selling that paperwork. Was it not the USD2? No, that's photographer paperwork. The sovereign citizen paperwork. All right. When they started selling that, and I was telling people, I was like, yo, don't buy that shit, because we learned the hard way, because the White York got it from us, from the Washita Moors. He got that shit from us. And what we learned the hard way is that if you don't have land, if you don't have your own land, your own economy, and an army to back it up, you're wasting your time. That whole that Jordan meme, the crying Jordan with the fez on, talking about when you go to court claiming to be sovereign, but you get suplexed by 6 cops anyway.
Yeah,
that's what that came from. That came from the shit we had went through. Because is doing that shit. All these little con artists, the Dwight York minions started doing that shit. It's just that Polite got more. He got rich off of it. Plus, he got his own little money schemes and everything. I've had some people tell me the little money schemes that he had. These women out here running at the mall. Especially here down in Atlanta, because the West End Mall used to be one of their prime targets. Also up at Lenox, but they got chased up out of Lenox because motherfuckers ain't stupid. So that's when it started going downhill big time. Because by then we had...
You know what I call these dudes now, especially Umar, and especially after this last season. You know what I call them? Pander Africans. Not
Pander Africans?
Pander Africans.
Oh yeah.
They do is pander for pussy.
Dude, you got motherfuckers who all they've done, you've had people make DVDs at an 8th grade level of intellect, talking to you like you're like an 8th grade level of intellect, and have become millionaires off that shit. And I'm like, we got the same shit in the basement. I mean, but then again, I can't lie, we made our money off of it too, but we didn't get into it for the money, we got into it for the education.
Yeah. And that's that's the brutal part about it, really, if you look at it, is that if I show people a copy of The Rise and Fall of Black Civilization by Dr. Chancellor Williams, they're going to look at me like I'm stupid. Like, you know, Francis Walton did not die for y'all to twerk and shit. Did not go through all the scrutiny for a bunch of bitches who died. Like, this is the sad part that I tell people. When they be like, you hate black women, but yet I big up Shahrazad Ali and Dr. Wilson. But no. I don't hate black women. I hate bitches. And it's like I told people before. I never had to call a lady a bitch.
You know what? You're right. I ain't never had to call. I've never had to call a woman a bitch. I've never called a woman a bitch. I call a bitch a bitch. And the fucked up part of it is my aunt, you know, may she rest in peace. She told me this back when I was a teenager. She was like, I'm tell you right now, all women are bitches. We got bitches in us. She told me that.
Damn.
She told me that. She's like, all women are bitches. They got bitch in them. It's just a matter of when it comes out.
Yeah, that kept it real.
Hey,
Right.
Vic, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Did you used to throw lectures, right?
You talking to me? Who are you asking?
You.
Yeah.
When you was in the circuit, did you used to bring people into lectures?
Did we used to bring them? You mean like bring in the lecturer?
Like Dr. Leonard Jeffries, Professor.
I never met Dr. Leonard Jeffries. Dr. Khalid Muhammad was always in our store whenever he came to Atlanta.
What about Runoko Rashidi?
Reverend, I believe I've met him. Reverend Dr. Phil Valentine. He was a family friend. Bobby Hemmett. We created Bobby Hemmett.
No, because the reason why I'm asking, I used to be part of African Echoes in Newark, and Dr. Leonard Jeffries is from Newark. When they used to bring Leonard Jeffries in, you would get like 15 people. When we'll bring Runoko Rashidi, he'll come in with all his books. You'll get like 10 people. Like the largest crowd you ever got was with Umar Johnson. When he made his appearance in Hidden Colors 1, that's when he became like real big on the scene. When we got him to Newark, we got like 200 people, but you'll get like the same people over and over. Like we'll get Leonard Jeffries, Professor James Smalls, Booker T. Coleman.
Do you know who I am?
Huh?
Do you know who I am?
No.
Do you remember Cultural Communications?
No.
You don't remember Cultural Communications down in Atlanta?
I'm from Newark.
I know that.
Oh.
But because first there was the Slave Theater. Remember the Slave Theater? The Slave Theater in New York. They used to do the videos. They did
Transatlantic. You talking about Transatlantic? Yeah,
yes, Transatlantic
video.
Right. We wound up overtaking them by leaps and bounds because they had some good speakers, but their video quality was garbage.
Yeah, because Sonetta bootlegged all the videos.
Yeah, well, you don't remember. Oh, okay. What about Black Media? Black Media down in Atlanta.
I seen some of their stuff on YouTube.
That's me.
Oh, okay. Oh. My apologies.
Yeah, so that's why I said we made Bobby Hemmett. We created Bobby Hemmett. He begged us for a shot. So we gave him his shots. A lot of his early videos, if you look and you see these videos where it looked like that out of Atlanta, where it looked like people are like in a bookstore with like a clothing rack behind them and there's like videos and books on the shelves and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's us. That's our shit.
Okay. Because the reason why I was asking, nobody never come out and support Like, like nobody come out and support the individuals, and everybody was cannibalizing off each other, bootlegging everybody's shit. But yet you got like Sonetta with all these debate circuits, and you got all these pseudo what they just learned from everybody else, and they just regurgitate it, and they making all this money. But when you have the extra, like, because early on when Charles opened up the room where you said you had actual professors and everything, people actually talking, nobody never came out to support them.
That's because didn't nobody know who they were. All right. But once, okay, you've been at this for a long time. Do you remember gathering of the metaphysical masters down here in Atlanta? It was a whole weekend event.
Have a good night.
No.
Oh my God. At any rate, we brought all them in. What is the brother's name? The brother that we brought in Keedy. I forget Keedy's last name. We brought in Keedy. We brought in Maluna Karenga, Ashaka Musa Barashango. Of course, Farrakhan was down here, but this was when he was trying to do the Million Man March. He didn't show up for the Metaphysical Masters thing. Damn, because I got a picture of me with all of them. Fuck. But going back to what you said about people bootlegging your shit and everything, that's when my father, because my father worked for digital equipment back in the 80s, all right, before he opened the business. He put in the intros and everything, if that makes any sense to you. So that way, when people played the videos, put in the videos, they knew exactly where it came from.
Yo, so y'all start watermarking y'all stuff.
Exactly. We were watermarking our shit because we knew motherfuckers was bootlegging our shit. We caught people bootlegging our shit. We had somebody come into the store with one of our videos trying to sell it to us. Something, yeah, I got this hot lecture tape. I think it'd be good for y'all. So then we put it in the tape and we're like, wait a minute. That's our shit. And I'm like, I shot that. Because that's when we shot, we were shooting, what was the name of that? The Apeda Set School. Matter of fact, I know exactly what it was. It was a Steve Coakley lecture. Remember Steve Coakley?
Oh, that was my man. Yeah. Like, I got all his DVDs.
Yep, it was a Steve Coakley lecture when we brought him down here, and we wound up having a falling out with him. Well, he had a falling out with us. Okay, because Steve...
Was the lecture on Jesse Jackson?
I don't remember what he was talking about, but I remember what the problem was. Because the thing is, when Steve Coakley, you know how Steve Coakley operates. When you bring in Steve Coakley, he gonna set up his shit. He gonna set up his books, his tapes, and his not DVDs, his tapes and his audio cassettes. He said he used to set his shit up and he would sell his stuff. And remember how he would do his raffles. You know, people put $1 in and then he would raffle off a tape where people would get it. Whoever the number got called, of course, they get the tape for $1. Okay, that he would sell for, if it was an audio tapes went for $10, videotapes went for $20. If he sells you a video, if you get an auction, a videotape for $1 that normally costs $20, you think you got over. Okay, you as the individual, maybe you did, but if you got a lecture hall of 300 people and everybody pays $1 for a raffle ticket, okay, he just sold one tape for $299. Not to mention the tapes that's in books and audio tapes sitting outside that people are paying full price for. Well, when he came in with us the first time that we brought him in, he set up, but he didn't tell us that he was doing that. So we told him, yo, man, you can't do this. You should have said something. I mean, look, we paying you to come down here. We bought you a ticket. We put you in a hotel. You know, we paying you your fee. And now you setting up, you double dipping.
So he set up a booth without paying tolls and making more money.
And we wouldn't have cared if he would have said something.
Well, that kind of happened with us. Somebody, Zach Kondo, somebody bootlegged one of the Zach Kondo lectures when it was done at St. Rocco School in the basement, and a different organization in Newark was selling the shit.
Oh my God. You know what? It got to the point where it was shortly after that where we would just like be recording, like we would have B-roll footage, okay, where you see us walking around in the background with the lecturer and everything, sitting around talking, because videotape was big for me. So I'm just recording everything. I'm taking pictures because pictures come time stamped once you get them developed. All right, because back then it was film. Pictures get time stamped. So we wish the motherfucker would. You know what I'm saying? Don't you dare try to steal from us. Don't even try to steal from us. We ain't going for that. Now, that shit may have happened up in New York and Newark and whatnot, but motherfuckers tried to try that shit down here. We shut that shit down. Because we was the only conscious bookstore that sold videotapes and audio tapes and brought in speakers. So they couldn't sit up there and try to steal our shit. Matter of fact, we had bookstores that bought our inventory. They was buying, because I think the last time I checked, we had like 1,500 something videotapes, lecture tapes, before we closed our doors. So people was buying our stuff in like you big old freaking U-Haul box loads and everything. I had many a sleepless night in the back of the store in the production room. I mean, we talking about videotape. You guys remember trying to make videotapes, recording videotapes? I'm talking to all y'all.
Yeah, I know. With the what you had, how many double VCRs you had?
Yeah, we had 12 VCRs.
Yeah. And I got a couple of Bobby Hemmett DVDs, and it's probably where you was where you talking about that I got off 125th Street. It was probably bootleg from your stuff.
More than likely, because I mean, we can't police something in a city that we don't live in. But what's the name did? But that's because Tariq actually was out on the streets in New York and saw them bootlegging Hidden Colors, and he confiscated the shit right off that motherfucker's table. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, that's infamous. That was right on YouTube when he did that shit. I remember that.
Yeah, like stop stealing from me. But shit, we was too busy to be worried about that shit. We was doing all right anyway, because we was selling stuff at wholesale. For some reason we became wholesale sellers, huh?
He even called Sonetta out on that.
Yeah, Sonetta, what's her name? Rob. Cynthia G's baby daddy, Rob. Yeah. Busted him out on that shit before he started making real money.
Rob Base.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, my whole. Go ahead. Well, my whole thing is, look, all of that shit. Do understand? I come from that era where being down here in Atlanta, where people will run around with dashikis and fezzes and kufis and all of this stuff. I mean, this was a black cultural mecca. We had radio stations, radio programs. We didn't own the station, but we had a conscious brother that owned the radio station. And I think was it an FM or no, it was an AM station, but he owned the station, but it was a very popular conscious black conscious radio station, with all the conscious programming. I mean, we had it popping down here. You couldn't fucking sneeze without tripping over a motherfucker saying Ashe and Kundalinis and crystals and all of this shit. This is why I know conscious chicks be hoeing. But at any rate, when I left here and I came back, I think I was gone for 17 or 19 years. But when I came back, I saw the change and I was like, what the fuck happened?
Well, I could give you a prime example. In Newark, we used to have like 3 black-owned bookstores. We only got one. And you know what's the number one seller books in that bookstore?
What?
Hood novels. No, I'm
We
dead
got
serious.
we got
Hood
Meadow
novels.
books. We got Meadow books here at Greenbrier Mall. They used to sell books that were worth reading if you want to educate yourself as a black person. Now they got uh the Obamas, Michelle Obama, and all of these little feel good books. Don't feel bad.
Look, right in the front is like 20 feet of hood novels, and then you got to go in the back. They have all they sell black artist paintings and all that, and you got your NOI books. They got some of the Nawabian stuff there. Chancellor Williams, um, um, Renoko Rashidi books, from everything. But all the foot traffic, they buy all the hood novels, and they got Barack Obama's autobiography and stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
and when
Negro
I
books.
specifically made a call, as a matter of fact, 2 weeks ago, because I'd be on Clubhouse, and it's a study group on the assassination of Malcolm X, and I was trying to get my hands on some more of. Have you ever read Zach Condo's book on the assassination of Malcolm X?
No, I have not. I'm
Oh,
not even gonna lie to you.
well, I was trying to get a hold of that, but that's hard to find. But I'm calling for other books. Like, they don't even got Shahrazad Ali's books. They have to order it because nobody buys it. And I ask them, like, why you don't got these books? They're like, well, if we have the books here and they don't sell, it's money being tied up. The
Yep.
hood novels is the books that sells.
Yep.
And
And I ain't
plus,
mad at them for trying to survive.
and here's the thing, a lot of people ain't even reading books right now. And plus, Amazon is killing everybody. But your normal foot traffic, everybody's on their phone. And black owned bookstores is a dying breed right now.
Shit, bookstores, period. When's the last time you went to a Barnes and Nobles?
As a matter of fact, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, what did it look like?
Empty.
Traffic wise. Yeah.
More people was in the Starbucks section of the Barnes and Nobles. Up here,
That's
they got Starbucks there, and everybody
uh-huh.
had Apple laptops,
Yep.
drinking lattes.
Yep. Because a lot of the Barnes and Nobles have Starbucks in them because they figured that they would turn them into little coffee houses. That way people can buy a book and sit there and drink their little lattes and caramel frappuccinos, but that's not what's happening. Trust me, I know, I know, I know. And what they need, really, in all honesty, what a black bookstore really, what they really need to do if they want to survive, they really need to gear everything that they have towards children. You know what I'm saying? They really need to flip the script and gear everything that they have towards children, like toys, school supplies, school uniforms, school books, notepads, pens, all of that stuff. They need to do that. Other than that, they don't go under.
Well, I could tell you the books because I went there and bought. I bought, and I got them right here. The Transfer Agreement, Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison, and The International Jew by Henry Ford. Those are the three books that I bought from the Barnes and Nobles.
I have a book for you because I'm getting ready to lay it down. I'm tired. My Browns won, so I'm in a good mood, but I'm sleepy. Uh, the Blueprint for Black Power by Dr. Amos Wilson. That's
Hold
my Bible.
hold on. Let me write this down.
Blueprint for Black Power. Matter of fact, I got it right here on my desk. Let me go to my desk because I can tell you how many freaking pages it is. Hey, where'd my book go? Hey, what I do with my book? Oh, no. Oh, here it is. Okay, that's right. I got it sitting here, ready to go upstairs, so I can put it back on the shelf. All right. Yeah, Blueprint for Black Power by Dr. Amos Wilson. This sucker is 800 and well, as far as reading, a lot of that is index. A lot of this is index because he made sure he kept meticulous notes. 858 pages of excellent reading. Excellent reading. Because some of the things that he was talking about, I had already been practicing, like minimalism and learning the power. Because basically, what the book does, it teaches you how to respect the power of money and how to use money for power. You understand?
Which is missing in Black America, for one thing.
Exactly. It teaches you that. That's why, I've never had an interest in Michael Jordan shoes anyway. But, they definitely teach you about avoiding frivolous spending, how to use money for political. Read the book.
What's the book
Read
again?
the book. Blueprint for Black Power. It's going to cost you maybe about $50.
Is this on Amazon?
You can get it on Amazon, but there's a black bookstore that you can get it from. Just Google it and look for a bookstore with a black name. Get it from them, because that's why I had to get my third copy. I had my last one, this one here. I got it online from a black bookstore. By black.
Fuller?
Do
you have Nellie Fuller's books?
I do not. Do understand, I've moved like several times since we shut down the store. I've lost a lot of stuff. I've lost more stuff than I've had. Am I making sense?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, my stepmother, she also threw out a lot of stuff because when I moved from Atlanta back to Columbus, Ohio, I left a lot of stuff in their garage. And I guess one day she just decided she was going to clean out the garage and she threw out all my shit. So yeah, I've lost more stuff than I've had. I've lost a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Matter of fact, what the fuck we got on these shelves anyway? Let me go up here. What's on these shelves? Okay, what is this? Yep, Ancient Egyptian Light of the World by Gerald Massey. African American literature. Let's see, these are. Nope, ain't gonna say them out loud. They're not bad. I'm just being funny.
Woo! Oh man.
All right, let me go to sleep, man.
Later, folks.
Take it easy.
Gotta leave y'all with this one. Fuck AMIRI and fuck them ugly bitches, boy. Oh,
Now look, they coming at you with condoms.
oh man.
You wanna fuck us, Charles?
Oh man, fuck them bitches, man. All them afro on their titties looking bitches. Nah, fuck all of them.
Please.
The gangrene toes and shit. No.
They gonna open up an OnlyFans on your ass.
Them pussies look like, a truck just ran through it. God damn.
All right.